Hi friends, welcome back to 3 Barrow Farm. As you can tell, I am buzzing with excitement because it is August and that means we can start sowing some of our summer vegetables. Let's talk about everything you can sow in August in cool regions of Australia. Now I am seeing dandelion flowers come out. The growth on some of my winter plants are taking off. And this is because we're slowly getting longer days now. Even though the days are getting long, we are still getting frosty nights. And it is actually the coldest right now in our winter here. The winter always gets colder as we get towards August. So we sort of get deeper into the winter almost, but we're getting longer days. I'm already noting that I have to change my alarm for getting the chickens in to 5:30 instead of 5 because they're still wandering around outside at 5 o'clock and they don't want to go back in their coop. But August brings a flutter of excitement in gardeners' stomachs because it is getting closer to being able to sow all of the summer vegetables. But this month, we actually get to start sowing tomatoes. And so tomatoes is my first one because I am super excited to sow my first tomato seeds. Now, I'm going to do a separate video on all the tomatoes that I'm growing this year, so watch out for that one next week, friends. But today, we're just going to say a blank tomatoes. Start your tomatoes now. So we can always weigh up our chances and we can succession sow the tomatoes. So I'm going to just start with sowing one tray of tomatoes and then perhaps in 3 weeks' time at the end of August, I will plant out another tray. So the next exciting thing we have is potatoes. I generally tend to wait until September to plant my potatoes, but I am going to try planting some now because I have some potatoes inside in my storage that have long eyes on them and they need to be planted into the ground. But I do know a lot of you out there plant your potatoes in August. I like to succession sow mine again, so I will plant some this month. I will still plant some in September and in October as well. I tend to start harvesting my first potatoes in November, December if I plant them this early. So have a go at planting your potatoes in August and see how you go. You might just want to protect them from the frost when they do start to emerge above the soil. It is so sunny and gorgeous today. Okay, let's talk about the things that aren't so exciting and then we're going to get back to exciting things again. So we've got our broad beans. You can still sow broad beans, snap peas, shelling peas and snow peas as well. These are all fine to plant this month, but most of us have them in our garden already. Okay, let's talk about the brassicas. So I have very few brassicas left in my garden, but you can do another sowing of broccolis, kohlrabis, cabbages and kales. Now the one new thing in there is the kohlrabis. We're not quite ready to do cauliflowers again, but the kohlrabis can start now, which is exciting. Okay, let's talk about root vegetables. I know I've mentioned potatoes, which is a root vegetable, but we've got some new root vegetables this month that we can be sowing from seed. These are carrots and parsnip. So I am really excited about this because I missed out on sowing any carrot seeds in autumn, so I haven't had any growing through winter, but now I can start sowing my carrots again and parsnips as well, which I'm over the moon about. Other root vegetables we can sow are onions, spring onions, and radishes. Another root vegetable that we can get some tubers and plant into the ground, just like we do potatoes, are Jerusalem artichokes. Now, I haven't grown Jerusalem artichokes for a while, but I'm tempted to because Jerusalem artichokes hold some prebiotic benefits. So they're a really great food to eat if you do have them growing in your garden. So I'm tempted to get some tubers and try those as well. All right, let's move on to another thing that I mention almost every single month, and that is lettuce greens and Asian greens and other leafy greens. So lettuces, Asian greens like your bok choy, your pak choy, your mizuna, any of your mustards, those things can be sown right now. And we can also start getting more spinach growing and have lots of fresh spinach for spring and summer. All right, last two things I'm going to mention are rhubarb crowns. It's probably, it is your last month to get rhubarb crowns split and into the ground so that they can get settled in before the warmer months arrive. So if you haven't done it yet, split up your rhubarb crowns and give one or two to a friend, because we all know that they can multiply like crazy, and get those into the ground. And then we have horseradish. Now, I grew horseradish for the first time last year, and I'm planning on adding to it this year. So I will be purchasing some horseradish plants and then getting them into the ground this month or September, depending on when they're available for sale. And now let's talk about herbs. Hang on, darling. Now, if you're a member of my channel, you'll know that I have gone crazy with sowing already. And I've actually started on some of my spring, summer herbs that I wouldn't normally sow in July, let alone in August. But I've started them off inside. Started off a lot of basil inside. Hello, dear. So yeah, I've got a lot of basil, I've got dill, I've got parsley, coriander. Now, parsley and coriander are the only ones that I would sow directly into your garden. They are the ones that I have on my August list. However, we can bend the rules about when we sow things if we plan to pot up everything and if we have enough room to store everything in our house or our seed raising house or wherever you raise your seedlings. So I've already taken over one trestle table and I need another one because I have gone a bit nuts. You can watch this video up here if you are a member and have missed out on that video. I have gone sowing crazy, but I will need to pot up a lot of these things that I've sown. Although the plants that I've sown that are cold hardy, I can get those out into my garden. So I think there's a bit of a half-half. I've sort of started some that won't be able to go out into my garden for a few months now. Yeah. I couldn't help myself. And lastly, I wanted to talk about flowers. Now, I've already started to sow some varieties of poppies. As you will know, I've got hundreds of poppies coming up in my garden. But these are ones that I've grown before and the seeds just dropped and they're, growing everywhere. But I wanted to get some Californian poppies in and some different colors and varieties. So this month, you can sow the poppies that have in their instructions that they can be sown from autumn to spring. So make sure that you check your seed labels and make sure they have that, because there are some poppies that just want to be sown in autumn and we've passed that now. So you can sow some poppies. I also have on my list billy buttons. They're perfect for sowing right now. And marigolds. Now you're going to have to pot up the marigolds. They are frost sensitive, so just be wary of that. Pot them up and you'll be fine. You can get them out in October, November, whenever your last frost date is, you can get them out, or you can get them out into the garden and put a sheet over them and they'll be fine. Now, one thing that I have on my list that I have never planted before are carnations. You can also start raising your carnations right now. Well, friends, that is it. That's all that you can plant this month in cool regions of Australia. Let me know in the description below whether you're going to start your tomato seeds right this second or whether you have already started sowing your tomato seeds. I always look forward to bringing you these videos. They're like kind little reminders to everyone, but they also remind me about what I can sow here in my region. So I just wanted to give you a tiny bit of an update. I'm feeling quite good at the moment, reasonably well. I do get sore pretty quickly, so I'm almost back to my normal self, and I have been doing more videos, which is exciting for all of you. I know it's exciting for me. And on Friday I released one of my gentle, more artsy videos that I really enjoy putting together. They're just so lovely to film and to collect it all together and put it all together in one little piece and just tell a little story. So if you missed that video, and I've had a few videos that have had a little bit lower viewing, so please do go and check out my latest videos and scroll down and see whether you've missed some of them. I really do appreciate all of you watching my videos, particularly when at the moment I'm trying to make this my income because I haven't been working for some time now. So every single watch really helps. And don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, all those things that they tell you to say at the end or start of your videos that I always forget to because it kind of ruins the vibe. But I'm going to mention it here. So have fun sowing all your seeds this month. It is getting so exciting, friends. I can't wait. I think I'm feeling it even more this year because I've been sitting down on my ass for too long recovering from this surgery, and I'm so looking forward to being fitter again and getting into my garden every single day. See you later, friends. Broccolis are ready to harvest. I don't have anything to chop them off with though, but they snap so easily. There we go. Yummy.